Hi, good day everyone. So today we're going to be doing number 8, January 2020. Now let's go to the question immediately. Right, again, number 8 is a section 2 question, which is a combination or sum of algebra, relations, and functions and graphs. Solve the pair of simultaneous equations. Right, so immediately when you have simultaneous equations, you're going to label them 1 and label it 2. Right, after you have done so, right, this is a quadratic equation. We can see equation 1 is a quadratic equation. So as soon as you see one of them being a quadratic equation, you cannot use the process of elimination, right? You have to use the process of substitution. So what you're going to say is substitute, or not substitute, sorry. You're going to let, you could say substitute, let equation 1 be equal to equation 2. So that is y squared plus 2y plus 11 is equals to 5 minus 3y. Alright? Carry this across on this side, and then you carry this across on this next side. Alright, so you'll get y squared plus 2y plus 3y plus 11 minus 5 is equals to 0. So that's y squared plus 5y. 11 minus 5 is 6. Plus 6 is equals to 0. So now we have to solve this quadratic equation. Now, again, there are several ways to solve a quadratic equation. I am going to use the process of factorization. If you want to use the formula method, you can go ahead, right? Identify A, 1, B is equals to 5, C is equals to 6, A, C is equals to 6. Factors of 6 is 1, 2, 3, and 6. Right, so you ask yourself which pairs you add or subtract to get 6. Now this has only addition, so you cannot, it does not make sense to add input a subtraction into it. So it's going to be y squared plus, sorry, no, I'm just jumping the gun. Right, again, my quadratic does not have subtraction in it, so it does not make sense to use the first pair, which is 6 minus 1, to give you b. Right, because again, there are two ways. You could either say 2 plus 3 or 6 minus 1. But if we look at it, there are only addition, so you only want addition. So b would be equal to 2 plus 3. Right, so that's y squared plus 2y plus 3y plus 6 is equals to 0. There are 4 terms, so you're going to factorize. Put the 2 in bracket. 2y squared plus 2y plus 3y plus 6 is equals to 0. Then factorize. That's y, open bracket, 1 plus 2. And then plus 3 by y plus 2. Alright, so that's y plus 3 and y plus 2 is equals to 0. So you're going to let each bracket be equal to 0. So y plus 3 is equals to 0 and y plus 2 is equals to 0. So y is equals to negative 3 and y is equals to negative 2. Right, now you have two solutions for what y is equal to. You're going to substitute y into which equation? It don't make no sense putting it into this equation, right? To solve for x, they already gave you what x is equals to. So I'm going to substitute it into equation 2. So I have y is equals to minus 3. So I'm going to say x is equal to 5 minus 3y. So x would be equals to 5 minus 3 by minus 3. So x is equals to 5 plus 9. So x is equals to 14. Right, then you're going to let y be equal to minus 2. So x would be equals to 5 minus 3 by minus 2. That is x is equals to 5 plus 3 2 is 6. So x is equals to 11. So I know that y could either be minus 3 or minus 2, and x could be 14 or 11, and that is your answer for this. Right, again, with quadratics you always get two answers, right? That is why there are two x's and two y's. Right, now let's if you look at this, this is also the function f is defined as this. Express f of x in the form of this. Again, when we see they tell you to express it in the form of this, this is completing your square. Right, so there are two methods to complete your square. Method 1 is 4x squared minus 8x minus 2. Right, you group your variables. That's 4x squared minus 8x minus 2. Then you factorize out the coefficient of x squared, which is 4. 4 open bracket, 4 by what will give you a first term? 4 by x squared, and 4 by what will give you minus 8x will be minus 2x. Close bracket, minus 2. So then it will be 2x open square bracket, x squared minus 2x. Or you're going to add a half. Let's put this in brackets. A half multiplied by the coefficient of x, which is minus 2. So it's a half multiplied by that coefficient squared, close bracket, minus 2. Alright, so that is 4x squared minus 2x. A half by minus 2 is minus 1 squared is 1. Alright, so it'll be plus 1, close bracket. Again, you have included this 1. Well, 4 by 1 is 4. So you have added on another value. So we're going to subtract that value so that we do not change the question. So you're going to subtract minus 4. Alright, then you're going to factorize that square bracket. So it's 4 open bracket x. Again, this is a perfect square. We have two squared terms, so it's x, there's a minus, so it's minus 1 all squared. Minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6. So this would be a would be 4, h is minus 1, k is minus 6. Method 2 now is to equate. How do you equate? You know that a by x plus 8 squared plus k is equals to ax squared plus 2ahx plus ah squared plus k. Alright, so the coefficients of x squared, the coefficients of x, and then the constants or the terms by itself, you're going to equate it with your thing. So we know that 4x squared minus 8x minus 2 equated with ax squared plus 2ahx plus ah squared plus k. So we can see that a is equals to 4. We can also see that 2ah is equals to negative 8. How did I get that? Because my coefficients of x are the same. Right, so the coefficient of x is 2ah and the coefficient of x on the quadratic is minus 8. Then the next one is the terms by itself with no x's. A h squared plus k is my constant, which is negative 2. So I have a is equals to 4, then 2 by 4, h is equals to minus 8. So h would be 8h is equals to minus 8. So h is equals to minus 8 divided by 8. So h is equals to negative 1. Same thing we got here. This one you substitute in these values. That's 4 by 1 squared plus k is equals to minus 2. That is 4 plus k is equals to negative 2. So k would be negative 2. You carry across the 4, that's minus 4. So k is equals to 6. Hence, we can say that 4x squared minus 8x minus 2 is 4 open bracket x minus 1 all squared minus 6. And that is your answer for part B1. State the minimum value. Again, your minimum value would be your k. So minimum, hold on, spell min. So my minimum value is equals to k, right? And what is k? So my minimum value is equal to negative 6. And that's all you need to know. Right, the next way, if you didn't complete your square, you would have used the formula for axis of symmetry, and the answer that you get for x is substituted back into this equation here, and you would have gotten the same thing. So your axis of symmetry is equal to x is equal to negative h. So x is equal to negative, what is h? Negative 1. So x is equals to 1. Again, if you did not complete the square, you could say that the axis of symmetry x is equals to minus b all over 2a. What is minus b? Minus b is minus 8. So this would be minus 8 all over 2. And what is a? A is 4. Right, so that is positive 8 divided by 8, which is 1. So that is the next way you could have solved it. Alright, and then again, your minimum value would be this value here, 1. And you substituted it into this equation. So that's 4 by 1 is 4, minus 8 minus 2. So 4 minus 8 is minus 4, minus 4 minus 2 is minus 6. So you see that the question is correct. Right? Okay, this is the last part, which is a speed graph below. Right? They told you speed is meters per second. That is distance over time. If you don't know, speed is equals to distance over time. Right? Shows the 3-stage journey. So stage 1 was the increase, stage 2 was the plateau, or there was not no increase in change in distance, change in speed, sorry, there was not no change in speed, and stage 3 is when it is decelerating. So stage 1 is acceleration, stage 2 is your constant, and stage 3 is your deceleration. Determine the acceleration, meaning the change in speed. What is acceleration? Change in speed of the car for each of the following stages of the journey. Now, acceleration is also known as our gradient, okay? Now, there are two ways to find stage 2. You could just say stage 2 acceleration is 0 meters per second. Hold on. Meters per second squared. Right? 3, right? We have to find acceleration, and I told you acceleration is your gradient. Right, now to find your gradient, that is m, let's remove this, m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So if it is y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1, we have to get two coordinates. We know the coordinate for stage 3. Because this is intersecting at the x-axis, we know that y is equals to 0. So this coordinate here would be 40, 0. And well, this one here, x is 32, y is 12. So you're going to use that, all right? You're going to use 40, 0, and 32, 12 to find your gradient. You choose, I'm going to say this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So my gradient would be 12 minus 0 over 32 minus 40, which is equals to 12 over minus 8, which is also known as 3 over 2, or negative 3 over 2, which is also known as 1.5. And because the speed we're talking about is meters, well, negative 1.5, because this is negative 1.5 meters per second squared. Right? Now, please note, because this gradient is negative, right? Because it is negative, we see that in stage 3, our acceleration is actually slowing down, so we're actually decelerating. So again, because your gradient is negative, we are decelerating, right? So negative 1.5 would be a deceleration. And that is how you would do January 2020.